Do you feel like the days of organic TikTok shop is over?
I think it's still crushing it. Some creators like will have a video do like 60K in sales or 100,000 and then they go to the next product.
Right.
It's like, guys,
Stick with this product.
why are you testing another product? You have a winner.
So you are giving creators retainers, but only when they're proven successful?
Yeah. So if they're working, we'll reach out to them.
But you don't just reach out to creators or a creator group and you're like, hey, $1,000 for 30 videos.
It's all performance based.
Where do you feel TikTok shop is heading right now with the bigger players being onboarded and things like that?
I think everybody's eventually going to wake up because as much as we're all in this and we see everything happening, I still think like 99% of people are sleeping on it.
So when these big players do open their eyes, where do you predict it's going to go?
It's gonna take off. There's not enough creators already, so it's gonna be very competitive soon.
So do you think that there's going to be a world where like these massive brands come on and just squish the little guys? Or do you think there's always going to be room for anybody to play?
There's always gonna be room. I think the big brands are starting to see other people who have been successful at it, and it's like if somebody can do that, then
100%. And so what was like the factor into getting those first few affiliates to promote?
whenever they jumped to 360, it was about 2 affiliates that drove like the majority of the volume. Like one affiliate had done 200,000 in sales off of one video. Another one did 100K and then a couple of 30K like sales videos. And it was like clipping a podcast and then explaining the product. And the podcast was the social proof. Like, you know, those like
Right.
where people leverage other content
Like the
out
top
there.
of funnel.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a person like selfieing it. It was more or less just like podcast clipped in with the product.
So you guys could have done that yourself.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But those affiliates were crushing. So the name of the game was just like, well, if these guys are working so well, why don't we just get them to make more videos?
Right. What are the rules behind clipping podcasts and then using them?
There's a lot of rules. So with them specifically in podcasting, like a lot of that stuff gets taken down if it's not like their content now. So you have to be careful about like using other people's
Has to be
podcasts.
original content.
Yeah, it's got to be original and it's got to be factual. You got to be careful like just ripping other people's like face and stuff. So that was early days though.
Right.
You know, so like
gold
there's,
rush.
there's still a lot being figured out with policy and whatnot. But that was like the first glimpse of like, okay, you know, a creator can do $100,000 off of a single video. Like that's pretty eye opening.
That's insane. And so now you guys are leaning more towards the brand side rather than the creator side for your
Yes.
agency.
Yep. So we're doubling down with helping brands get onto TikTok Shop, and we're building out all the roadmaps for like what the scale looks like, how to ramp up with affiliates, you know, setting the commissions, seeding it, building a flywheel where, hey, now we're telling affiliates, hey, we're going to put a budget behind your videos. We've been doing is like, since we're onboarding so many TikTok shops, and what a lot of other people are doing is they're like saying, hey, we love your content, you should promote our product. But that messaging is being washed out now. It's like, at the end of the day, it's, you now have to hype yourself up to get people to take on a product because there's so many invitations going out. There's not enough creators really.
Right. What do you feel like